Alright, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Hello everyone, Range Villaspear here and welcome back to my channel. So for today we have a very special guest. I want to introduce Christianah Fash. For all of you who don't know, Christianah is my sponsor with eXp Realty. I randomly messaged her out of the blue. I said, hey Christianah, I really am interested in joining eXp Realty. Can you sort of let me know and tell me all about eXp? So that's how our relationship started. And you know, lo and behold, she picked up the phone, she called me right back and told me everything about eXp, and I was like, oh, okay. And during this time, I was actually interviewing a lot of brokerages. I was interviewing Remax, Royal LePage, Coldwell Banker, what were the other, even the mom and pop shop, like, you know, the local brokerages. But I knew at that time that eXp was the brokerage to go for and to go with. So this video is actually for those people, for new agents like yourself, or for those seasoned agents who are thinking of joining eXp. So we're going to talk about why we joined eXp, the good and the bad, the experiences that we've had, why we think that eXp is the future of real estate, and you know, all the fun stuff. All right, so let's dive in. So Christianah, welcome to my channel. Thank you for having, thank you for coming over. I think I got too much wine today, so
thank you for having me, first of all.
Thank you for coming over. Yes. Kind of introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay. So, hi everybody. My name is Christianah Fash. I'm an eXp agent, and I have been in the business for a year plus now. Starting off with real estate for me was not the smoothest, obviously, because since I've been in the business for a year plus, I obviously started during the pandemic, right? So having to start in the middle of, not even in the middle, right at the beginning of it, and had to, like, you know, pivot, just because at that point I was just building my clientele, I was just building my audience, also my presence on social media as a real estate agent. It was kind of hard, but at the same time I feel like I've just like dived into the whole story. Yes, I've been in the business for a year plus now, and I'm loving every part of it so far. I mean, everyone pretty much, you know, is a buyer's agent, a seller's agent. You know, we're here to help you with leasing and, you know, even to represent you as a landlord. So also I do have a YouTube channel as well, shameless plug.
She also has a YouTube channel, check her out.
Yes, yeah. And I'm also on social media, right, on Facebook and also on Instagram.
So I will put all the links if you want to know more about Christianah under the description box.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay.
Right.
So next question is, why did you choose real estate?
So I chose real estate because honestly, for me, real estate is something that has been in my family for a lot of years. But I pretty much grew up watching my dad and my uncles, you know, like go at it pretty much. My dad is a full-time realtor in Nigeria. My uncles as well, you know, my uncles are also doing it as well. So I pretty much grew up in the environment, and that was where the love started.
So real estate is in the blood.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
And then I was even thinking, you know, so how can I actually do this as a full-time job as well?
So for all of you who don't know, like, your partner's name is Chris?
Toyin.
Oh, Toyin.
Yeah.
Toyin is your partner.
Yeah.
And
so it's Chris and T.O. So it's Chris, Christianah, and T.O. That's why.
So when is the wedding? So she's gonna get married soon.
Yeah, sometime in October.
In October, in Nigeria. So congratulations. Exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're gonna see baby Christianah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's just take it slow first.
Well, cheers to that.
Thank you.
Cheers to that. So let's go back to sponsorship. So if you are thinking of joining eXp, there is a sponsorship program that they have. Can you explain to us what a sponsor is and what it means?
Yeah, for sure. So a sponsor is pretty much the person that is bringing you into the brokerage, right? So the reason why I'm Rain's sponsor is because I was the person that, you know, like discussed with him. I basically explained the whole idea behind eXp to him.
So she is the most influential person that influenced me into joining the brokerage.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we do on our team, we have this team, we're part of this team called the Wolfpack team. We all the members on the team, we basically have various meetings every week, and one of the meetings that we have is a meeting that basically explains the whole structure and hierarchy of eXp to people. right? So on that team, we have some of our team leaders that do the explanation for us. And that way, if you're looking to join, you can also come. We can invite you for the meeting, and then we actually share more knowledge on what eXp is and how you benefit from eXp as an agent, whether you're a new agent or you're an experienced agent just looking to diversify your income as well.
So let's dive into eXp. So who are we? What is eXp? So eXp stands for, I actually looked into an interview of
That's good.
Glenn Sanford, which is our CEO. So he said that eXp came from the words like expert, exploration, exponential, because we are growing exponentially.
Exactly.
Right now, I believe we've already exceeded 50,000 agents worldwide, and we
Exactly.
are continually growing. So
Yeah.
that's a very good indication that the company is sustainable,
Yes.
and we are attracting so many agents.
Yes. And one
yeah.
of the reasons that I'll say, it's not just about, the name and the brand, it's about what we offer to agents, right? That's the reason why people join eXp, right? Like when we talk about, the revenue share, when we talk about, having stock options, having opportunities to invest in the stocks of the company, that's something that's attractive to agents because you can see that as a forced savings for yourself. Because instead of you investing somewhere else that you're not, you can invest in any other company, but why not invest in something that you believe in, something that where you're currently working at, right? And with that, with the way the company grows, you can also see the increase in the stock as well, right? Not just in the number of agents as well.
And we also have the core values. And if you look at my business card, on the front of the card is where you see my face, my beautiful face. Ta-da, let me do this. And my number and contact information. But at the back of my card, you will see the core values that eXp stands for. So I'm gonna name a few of them right now. So community. Let's talk about community. Community is being a good neighbor to create sustainable legacy. So eXp is a very collaborative brokerage. So that's one of the core values as well. Wherein a lot of us always reinforce each other. Like there's positive reinforcement. We always boost each other up. Unlike other brokerages wherein you hear these nightmares.
And it's a competition as well, right?
Yeah.
One thing I would say or add to that is that for example, within the agents in Canada alone, and even in Ontario, for example, we have group chats that we have group chats and workplace that we are able to use to communicate with each other.
So workplace is actually created by Facebook. It's our version of Facebook where we connect and communicate with agents like Christianah in Canada, globally as well in the US, and even with our managing brokers. So if I have a question, I shoot we know Dixon is one of our managing brokers, and if we have a question, we just shoot that question and he responds right away.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I like it, because you're not feeling like you have to go through a hierarchy of people. Yes, you have the managing brokers, yes, you have this, but at least through workplace you're able to know who's who, so that way you can go directly to them and you don't have to wait for someone to get back to you, right? You're going directly to and if you need to refer out a deal, let's say you have a client that's in the US, for example, and because you can't represent them because you're in Canada, you can reach out to other agents that are outside of your country and just send them a referral form and basically link up, and you're able to share that referral with them. And on workplace as well, we're able to you literally would just go on the page. Hi there, I'm looking for an agent that would service so this area. I have a buyer client that is super excited to get into the market, and you can basically set everything up that way. It's super easy. So that's a good thing. That's a good reference for the community that we have and that we've built so far just in workplace. Yeah.
And another core value that I really love and really represent me personally is being fun. Like I don't, work is work, but I want to add in a flavor of fun into it, like even today right now we're doing this we're having wine and talking about eXp. For me, this is fun. This is value added activity. Not only is it fun for us, but it also we're developing rapport, not to just with Christianah over here with my colleague, but also to you guys as well, right? Yeah. So now let's talk about the 3 C's that the company offers. So it offers community, cloud-based, and compensation. Let's talk about compensation. So compensation, we have a standard split of 80-20 split, meaning 80% of the commission will be will go to us agents, while the remaining 20% goes to the brokerage.
Yes.
And it's standard. This is what I like about eXp. It's standard. You know, for other brokerages, you always have to like negotiate. Like, oh, I want 90/10, 95/5. What are the monthly costs? So there's a slew of varying packages and splits when you go to other brokerages. But with eXp, it's very standard. You know it's fair. So that's what's good about the commission split.
Another thing to add about the commission split is that, you know, when you cap, because you're putting 20% to the company, right? You're giving 20%. Once you reach a cap of 16,000, that 16,000 gets put back in into the company stocks for you. So your stock is basically going to be increasing by 16,000 extra, and then you start to get 100% of your commission for the rest of that year. So let's say, you know, this year, you know, you reached your cap in May. So basically from June on till the end of the year, which is December, you're pretty much getting 100% of your commission, because now the 16,000, that's the 20% has been put back into the stocks, into your stocks for you. The way I see the stocks is more of like, you know, forced savings, just because as realtors, you don't have, what's that? The pension plan. You don't have that.
Yeah.
So, you know, having the option to have stocks sitting there just waiting till you decide to retire, you know, that's just like a forced savings plan for you. So why not take advantage of that, right? So
yeah, so there's different revenue streams of how you get compensated. You have your direct GCI, gross commission income, when you get 80% of the commission. You have stock options, and you also have revenue share. So can you explain to us what revenue share is?
So revenue share is pretty much, I'll just explain it quickly in this way. So when you bring someone in, remember how we spoke about being a sponsor earlier. So now that I'm Rain's sponsor, the way it works is that if Rain does a deal, from the 20% that goes to the company, a certain amount from that 20% will be going to me as the sponsor, right? And that's more of like an encouragement for being a sponsor that way. So whenever he does any deal, and once Rain brings someone in, so basically Rain is going to be on my first tier, right? Once Rain brings someone else into the company, and you know, he's now getting revenue share from that person, right? For whatever deal that person does, you know, I'm also going to be getting, that person is now on my second tier. So there's going to be a certain amount from that person's deal that will be coming to me as well. So that way you're basically building revenue share and it's basically another source of income if you're interested in doing, you know, bringing people onto the company to become eXp agents. It's just like I would see it as a thank you, just from the company saying thank you to you for bringing that person in, because now they're able to, you know, they're able to grow and also, you know, have the opportunity to, you know, also help you out at the same time.
Now there is a myth, and this is one of the things that I had to look into before I joined eXp, is that there seems to be a lot of misinformation out there that eXp is has a pyramid scheme, like it's a Ponzi scheme, where you always have to recruit people. It's somebody told me a brokerage was pretty much criticizing eXp for this kind of multimedia, multi-layer marketing. I don't quite know what that is, but
I would just say that, you know, on that note, eXp, it's not a compulsory thing that you have to bring someone in. You don't have to. If I join eXp today, I don't have to bring anyone in for however long I choose to stay in eXp or stay with eXp. It's basically whenever you bring someone in that you get that residual income as well. It's not a must that you bring someone in, but when people see you work and they see how you're flourishing, right?
Yeah.
You know, with your deals, and if people ask you, I mean, new agents, once people see how you're doing, they want to know, oh, what brokerage are you a part of?
Yeah.
Just so that they're aware, you know, okay, do I have a better opportunity with this team with this brokerage compared to my current brokerage? And by the time they hear all of the good things that eXp has to offer, it's a no-brainer to some people, and then they're just like, okay, why not just join, you know? And then that way you're actually building a team indirectly, not like you're going out there to recruit agents or sliding in everyone's DMs. Do you want to join? Do you want to know more about my brokerage? You don't have to do that. You definitely don't.
No. So the strategy for attracting agents as well is, you know, I don't recruit people, and I think if you just sort of show the agents or future agents what eXp is all about, or what we can offer as a team or as a group, then they will eventually come to you.
Exactly.
And that's how I got, you know, attracted to Christianah, because, you know, she was not recruiting, but because I wanted somebody local in Toronto, she was the person that I went to before. Yeah.
Yes, and that's an example of literally like your work speaking for you, or putting yourself out there. Me, for example, I was always super shy. Like, I'm sure you've probably noticed from the way I've been speaking about like my past and why I decided to switch into real estate. It wasn't something that was the easiest decision for me.
Oh, trust me, no,
right?
it was not easy.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
You're like,
Oh my goodness, you need a lot of cash. Let me tell you that. You need at
Oh.
least half a year of cash.
you need
Half
a
a
lot.
year.
Oh my goodness. And honestly, having a good support system, if you currently live at home and you have a good support system, whether you live at home or not, as long as you have a good support system that's able to back you up when times are dry, like, that's very important. Because, or unless you have a lot of money saved as well.
Yeah.
Real estate is not a business that you just switch into and you're like, oh, already making all the money, like, yes,
No,
rain
no.
on me or something.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
You have to work super hard, and you have to build connections and maintain relationships. You have to basically be the bigger person
Yeah.
when it comes to situations. Your clients might just be so rude and they'll just snap at you, say something rude, and you're just there like, you have to choose, okay, between your integrity and the money. Okay, do I do I want this person to just be talking to me anyhow because they think they're gonna pay me? You
Yeah.
have to basically pick your fights. That's the way real estate is. And at the blink of an eye, things can just go south. So you have to be ready to also adapt and like pivot. You have to be ready to like think quick and like make a decision, because yes, in real estate it's very expensive, but at the same time you also have to build relationships, maintain relationships, know how to think quick, know how to help your clients out in like tight situations. And honestly, just like, your integrity will speak for you. Like, the way you work, your hard work will speak for you. Everything that you do, people gravitate towards it, whether it's good or bad, right?
So in addition to the share revenue, the 80-20 split, the stock
That's where
options, we also get healthcare benefits if you want to. You can opt in
Yeah.
for healthcare benefits, yeah? Next is community. The number 2 letter C is community. So community what is community? So that's collaboration, having this sort of strong relationships and support with your colleagues and your managers.
all-encompassing.
All-encompassing community, right?
I don't even know if that makes sense, but you guys get what we're talking about, right?
So cloud-based. So we're cloud-based brokerage. So what does it allow us to do?
So it allows us to work remotely from home. And this also affects our monthly, our monthly payments, right? Because it's a cloud-based brokerage. You don't have to be at a brick and mortar office. You don't have to pay for office, desk fees, right? So that way you're working from home or working wherever you are and wherever you want to work. And sometimes some people might just travel out. Maybe they already have someone, maybe they have a team or assistant or another agent that's able to do a showing for them, and they don't have to be there in person to do the showings for their clients, but they can submit the offers online, which everyone can, but at least they don't have to be at an office, and that's saving them desk fees. So we have this thing called eXp World that pretty much allows us to go in to meet anyone that we want to meet. If I have a meeting with Rain and I want to actually just, instead of me going on Zoom or whatever it is, I can just go on eXp World and look for him there. Or if I want to show it to a guest, someone that's not part of eXp, I can give them a guest pass, and then they come in, dress their avatar up. So we have avatars that move around the world. We can go to different offices. We can go to like different countries' offices as well.
We can ride the boat.
Yeah. We can play soccer.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
We can dance, do different things. It's super fun.
It's super fun.
Yeah,
super
and you
fun.
can end up spending. It's almost like Sims, but
Yeah.
you're not building a family. You're not building like your home and all of these things, but you're just like moving around freely. And you can have meetings as well. If you want to have a meeting with the client and you just want to show them how nice eXp is and how nice the eXp World is, they can make an avatar, meet you somewhere, tell them where to meet you. You meet there, and then you grab a seat and then talk. And that way you can have private conversations there as well.
So now let's move on to cloud-based. Letter C. The third C is cloud-based. I feel like we're just like...
It's okay, that's what we just talked about.
We just talked about
Yeah.
that. And CRM, Client Relationship Management, it's free. We're using KV Core. If you were to avail KV Core outside of your brokerage, I believe it's like, how much is it? I know it's crazy expensive.
I know it's crazy expensive. I think someone told me a while back that it was supposed to be like 7,000. I'm not sure if it's that
Oh
high.
my God, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
you're
might be
getting it for
less.
free. All right, so that's what eXp is all about. I think we've like talked so much about eXp.
I know. I was just gonna say one more thing. One thing that eXp offers us is this group called the Bootcamp. So if you're a new agent and you're thinking, okay, oh my goodness, I'd like to join a brokerage that develops my skills, you know, that actually has my best interest at heart, eXp offers Bootcamp. So Bootcamp pretty much is a 12-week or 13 weeks.
I think 12.
12, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's 12. So
program,
12 weeks of training for new agents. So once you join the brokerage, if you've not, maybe you came from another brokerage or not, and you're joining eXp and you've not made at least 4 deals that year, you'd be automatically put in bootcamp, right? So bootcamp pretty much trains agents, you know, on the ins and outs of real estate. Basically, people have that opportunity to share experiences. If you have questions, you know, you're literally taking on topics 1 week at a time until, you know, you're well versed and you're ready to go into the real world and actually, like, you know, transact with clients.
And not only that, we have like more than 50 hours of weekly training.
I think it's even 60.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot of training.
So if you're not part of bootcamp, you can still get training sessions. You can still attend training sessions because there's like a whole chart of trainings that are done at different times during the day, that if you need to learn about something, maybe you want to learn about KB Core, there's a session that's happening on Tuesday at 2 p.m. You just log in and then you watch the training, and that way you're good. You don't even need to even reach out to other people to ask questions because they already have all these trainings going on already.
So let's dive into the good and the bad. So I'll start first with my personal experience. So in the beginning, during my transition with eXp, I found it very smooth.
That's good.
And you know, I think I finished my course on a Sunday, and I was able to get into with eXp like a few days after right away. From what I remember, everything was seamless. Now, during the first 2 weeks, I was very pumped. I was drinking the eXp Kool-Aid, you know, like, yes, give me all this eXp training, and I was really pumped, right? I remember the first weekend that I was with eXp, I went through all the pre-recorded videos, the fundamentals. You know, there's like the fast track series. I went through that, like, I think there was like at least 13 of them.
Oh my goodness.
I plowed through.
In school.
I plowed through them.
Wow.
And in addition to that, I'm also part of the boot camp training. And then we also part of the Wolf Pack group, and Mike Sherrard is like one of our leaders. So yeah, that's the good part about eXp. A lot of training. If you are a go-getter and you really want to improve yourself and learn all these things, you have this vast resource of training that you can avail. Now, the bad part for me was that after I went through all these trainings, I found myself a little bit lost because, you know, all the trainings that they provide mostly focuses on being a good salesperson, on being a good realtor. But the training that I really needed at that time as well was how to work through the web forms, for example. Like, how do you fill out the files? How do you download it? How do you integrate them? How do you use Skyscope? Which is like the filing cabinet, which is like a cloud filing cabinet. So those are the type of specific trainings that I was looking for, and also because eXp is growing exponentially, I felt that there were not enough managing brokers at that time to really connect with or ask support. But now they've hired a bunch of people, they've promoted a bunch of people. Right now, I feel more supported. But that's my personal experience with eXp when I joined.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
For me, it was more of, I mean, when I joined, things like, you know, Skyscope, I know that there were trainings for all these different things, but I maybe I wasn't even able to like attend some of them, because I know for Skyscope, I always call it Skyscope, but like Skyslope, there's training for it, because I'm a part of BREP, not TREP.
Yeah.
Right?
So what is BREP?
BREP is the Brampton Real Estate Board. With BREP, they were offering like trainings for, you know, web forms, all these different things. So with that, on that regard, I'm not sure if eXp would offer the trainings for for web forms, just because it's the board that you're a part of that's supposed to train, right? But at the same time, I might be wrong, they might actually provide.
No, right now with
that.
Shreb, I just recently found that they have training videos.
See, that's
or web
yeah.
form. So
yeah.
now I'm like, why now? I mean, I was looking for this like a month ago.
I know, me too. Because at first it was my partner and I had to like train ourselves. He actually would learn it. Like he would learn things and then train, basically train me type of thing. Like for Sky Slope, for KV Core,
Okay, that's another beast.
At this point, he just learns everything. He does everything,
Yeah.
and then he just like, if I need to do it, he actually does everything. Like he would do like the campaigns. He would send it out to people. So he does more of that because he's more into like that. But I'm honestly, I should learn just so that I know as well.
I know, but like, it's a lot to learn.
I know it's a lot of things to learn at the same time, but it is something that it's easy to learn as long as you put your mind to it. But yeah. So I didn't know how to do like Sky Slope at that point, so I had to like figure things out. At that point, it just felt like we had to figure things out ourselves. But because we were already like in the business for a couple of months, it was easier. It wasn't like, oh, this is a whole new thing that we have to figure out. But I understand for you, it's more of like a whole new thing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, what do I do now, right? And so
especially you started with a team back then
exactly.
too, right?
And I had the support of our team lead who would teach us how to do things, like teach us how to. Even at that time, we didn't have listings, so she would teach us how to enter listings into the system. But I already knew how to do it just because I watched her do it. At least I was able to remember some stuff.
Next question is, why do we believe that eXp is the future of real estate?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I think if a brokerage is able to pivot quickly, like if you're able to adapt to changes going on around
Agile.
you, yeah, like
Agile.
that's something that is really, really important. And with eXp, I mean, when COVID hit, we weren't, well, I wasn't there at that point, but just from what I was told, people didn't have to like stress about, oh my gosh, how do I operate now? How do I operate my business? Because the business was already on that level that it didn't need that physical support. So everything like in regards to even depositing checks, if you had listings, people are already going to the banks anyways to deposit the checks because that's the way it is. There's no office that people would have to send the checks to if you're the listing agent and if the brokerage is the listing brokerage, right? So things like that, and just being able to be resourceful as well, having the fact that eXp has the best interest of all the agents that they represent, that's something that is extra key because you want to know that you have a brokerage that supports you when it comes to issues. If you have issues with your deals, they're always there. Like literally, I would have, maybe I'm even dealing with the clients at like 9 p.m. I actually would message one of my managing brokers, hi, I'm so sorry, I just have an issue with this. Are you able to explain this? Are you, just that support, because sometimes, your sponsor is not available. Sometimes, your other colleagues are not available, but you need that extra support, and knowing that the team is, the managing brokers are there for you, whatever it is. If you have to FaceTime them, I've had to like call them on FaceTime and like the workplace chats, FaceTime or video calls or whatever, and I've had to like send them in like parts of my agreements just so that they're able to read it and actually advise me correctly. I think that support is very key when it comes to looking for a brokerage.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know how it is with other brokers, because I know in a traditional brokerage, you only have your managing broker or branch manager. What if that person is not available?
That's the thing, exactly. Having a lot of people that you can reach out to, right? So at least we have that support that, it doesn't end somewhere. Like, even if other brokerages have that, that's good, because that's what we should have. That's what brokerages should have. They should have support and not just like trying to look for ways to take money from the broker, from the agents, because for example, as a new agent, you're not making a lot of money in the first few months unless you already have the clientele, unless you're already even in the business, or depending on your network as well. If you're someone that doesn't know a lot of people, if you're moving to a new city, you need that support, and you need to be a part of a brokerage that also takes that into consideration when they're charging you fees, when you're being fair to everyone. Like, everyone is getting charged the same thing until you reach a cap that now takes you to 100%, and your commission your 20% gets given back to you, right? And it's everyone that has that opportunity to become an icon agent, right? So it's having the same consistent energy throughout is literally what it is.
So tell us more about icon agents. Like, what is an icon agent?
Icon agent. So an icon agent is an agent that pretty much reaches their 20% max in 16,000, and then the 20%, the 16,000 gets put back in stocks for the person, and then going forward from there, the person just keeps 100% of their commission for that year. And for that year, they're an icon agent. So that's the way it is.
So that's our goal.
Yes.
That's our goal. Aim high.
Yes.
So
My God.
what I like about eXp is that it is a disruptive company. And I always compare them to like the Netflixes or the Ubers in real estate. So if you know how Blockbuster was decimated by Netflix, and then the taxi community or our business community was decimated because of Uber. Same thing is going to happen with eXp because eXp is such a disruptive force in the real estate industry. I believe that this is the future, and eXp already had the infrastructure before COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
So when COVID hit, eXp was already like at the forefront.
Yeah,
right?
and we weren't affected as much. Like even if anyone was affected, it was just because of the normal fear that everyone had in regards to putting a pause on their business for a couple of days or weeks, in some cases months, and having to like re-strategize on a personal base, not on the brokerage part, because the brokerage already had the systems in place to help out, and to navigate the market and navigate your transactions before COVID hit.
So now that we've talked about all the good things about eXp and maybe a little bit of a bad thing about eXp, if you are interested joining with eXp, she's your girl.
Yes, and he's your guy. Like honestly, like feel free to message us.
Message either one of us.
Yeah, if you have questions, if you have anything, any restraints that's holding you back, or if maybe we said something that you'd like us to explain or expand on, let us know. Honestly, every day we're all learning and all growing, and I'm sure the business, the brokerage is also evolving every day, and it's not the same. Like it's not the same it was when it started, right? And it's not going to be the same in like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, and it's going to keep pivoting pretty much. And if you have questions about eXp, let us know. That's pretty much all I have.
All right, good stuff.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, we're always grateful, and I'm grateful that I've met Christianah. I can't say that enough. I really value our friendship, our relationship, and there's gonna be more, future days that we're gonna be like working together.
Yes,
so
can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know it's been a long interview. What day is it today? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Bye now.
Bye.